My son was born at 28 weeks gestation. He had survived 11 weeks prior to that without any amniotic fluid, and he lived for 11 days before passing away in the NICU. I'm glad he didn't make his father a father. I have so many mixed feelings and so much trauma surrounding this situation, but it all started when I was 6 weeks pregnant and found out that my fiance at the time was responsible for a cold-blooded murder. When I met him, he had just moved to my city. It turned out he moved to my city to run from his crimes committed in another city 2.5 hours away. I know he did it. He was too detailed and admitted it to me while crying and drunk. He showed me the online report, the mugshot of his friend who was sitting in jail for him, how he was still friends on Facebook with his friend waiting out his time. I even went on to discover that I was with him at his aunt's house when he went to bury the murder weapon on her farm. After discovering this, things got violent. Throughout most of my pregnancy, I was crying, being chased, being grabbed and shaken, shoved, hit, yelled, and screamed at. This was the cause for my water being broken so early. I apologized to my unborn baby so many times for feeling the way I felt or being in the situation I was in for almost my whole pregnancy. The day before doctors told me my baby likely wouldn't live, he wished death on our child. Nurses had kicked him out of my room multiple times during my extensive stay in the hospital for his behavior. I don't care what anyone says, he killed my son. He has robbed 2 mothers of their sons. I love my son, but with what was uncovered while I was pregnant with him, I would never have chosen his father to be a father. I believe him passing away was the best outcome. I wouldn't want him to have a father that wished death on him the day before we found out he may not live. I wouldn't want him to have a violent, homicidal father. I don't want to have ties to that man for the rest of my life. I wish I could apologize to my son for everything.